An update now on a story we've been talking a lot about lately: foreign interference. Today, Global Affairs Canada said that the government's rapid response mechanism, which identifies foreign threats, detected a, quote, information operation targeting MP Michael Chong. CBC's David Thurton is following this story from the nation's capital and has more on what was discovered.
Yeah, so what is certain in this, there's a lot of questions that we have, but what is certain according to the federal department, Global Affairs Canada, is that there was an operation to target Conservative MP Michael Chong on social media. So let's break that down a bit. What was this operation? So the rapid response mechanism, that unit within Global Affairs you spoke about, detected a flurry of social media activity, false information, rumors about MP Michael Chong in May on social media. And they say that this activity targeted this MP with, like I said, false information. And it was on the social media platform and instant messaging app WeChat, which is based in China. It is very popular in China. It might be an understatement to call it just a social media site. And it is widely used, that app WeChat, by the Chinese diaspora in Canada. So they saw all these rumors and false information appearing on that app in May targeting Michael Chong. So let's bring up a statement from Global Affairs. It says, most of the activity was targeted at spreading false narratives about Chong's identity, including commentary and claims about Chong's background, political stances, and his family heritage. Important to mention, according to Global Affairs Canada, none of this information signaled that there was some sort of threat against Chong's life or his safety or his family. But nevertheless, they did inform the MP about this. In fact, that was done today, and shortly after, they issued this statement that had all this information that we're now talking about. Now, Chong himself issued a statement as well. He says that he's glad that the government didn't wait 2 years to inform about some sort of foreign interference against him, but he says that more needs to be done by this government to tackle this issue. He says in a statement, and it is quite a long one, the Trudeau government has failed to take several important actions to protect Canadians and our democracy. They have failed to introduce a foreign influence registry for those being paid to act on behalf of hostile governments. They have failed to give our intelligence and law enforcement agencies the resources and tools they need to do their jobs. And it goes on. And he says that this just proves why we need to have some sort of public inquiry into foreign interference in this country.
Is the Chinese government behind all this?
Yeah, good question. Is the Chinese government behind this? In its statement, Global Affairs says that, yeah, there is probable evidence that suggests that the Chinese government could be behind this. They did an analysis of the accounts on WeChat that was spreading this false information, and about 1/3, Hannah, were linked to Chinese state media or directly were Chinese state media, Global Affairs said. But the other 2/3 were anonymous accounts, and because of the covert nature of social media, it was very hard for them to say that this was directly ordered by the Chinese Communist Party or the big government in Beijing. So Chong certainly believes, if you read his statement, that this was an attempt by Beijing to target him. Global Affairs not so certain, but nevertheless, they will be reaching out to the Chinese embassy here in Ottawa to say how serious they take this and how it's unacceptable.
And just before I let you go, where are we at with an inquiry on foreign interference?
Yeah, so discussions are continuing between all of the opposition parties and the federal government. The former House leader, now turned health minister, spoke about this, so he gave us a little bit of update of where we stand on this.
We're having the Minister LeBlanc, who's the Minister of Public Safety, is having very constructive conversations with the other parties. I've been having, in my role previously as House Leader, opportunities to talk with the other parties to make sure that we get approach that puts partisanship aside.
So one sticking point could be that the NDP wants a broader public inquiry that just doesn't just target Chinese foreign influence in Canadian democracy, but also other countries. We saw some reporting by the National Post today that there are some issues in finding a former judge or someone to lead this after the political drama that ensued and controversy that ensued after former Governor General David Johnston took on the role but had to resign.